In a magical land far, far away, there lived 20 of the most gentle and friendly dinosaurs you could ever imagine. As the bright sun began to set, it painted the sky in shades of pink, orange, and purple, signaling bedtime for everyone, even for our dinosaur friends. First, there was Deppy the Diplodocus, who loved to munch on leaves. "Good night, Deppy," whispered the wind, causing the leaves to rustle softly as Deppy closed his eyes. Next, we have Tina the Triceratops, who always made sure her 3 horns were shiny and clean. "Good night, Tina," said the stars, twinkling brightly above her. Near the river, we find Barry the Brachiosaurus, who always loved a cool drink before bed. The river gurgled, "Good night, Barry," as he laid his long neck down to rest. Up on the hill was Ricky the raptor, quick and keen. The gentle breeze on the hill sang, "Good night, Ricky," as he curled up tight. In the sandy dunes, we saw Sarah the Stegosaurus, who never went to bed without counting all her plates. The sand softly whispered, "Good night, Sarah," as she settled down. In the forest, we found Allie the Allosaurus, a curious one, always exploring. The trees swayed and sighed, "Good night, Allie," as she fell asleep, dreaming of her adventures. High in the mountains was Terry the pterodactyl, who loved to soar. The mountains echoed, "Good night, Terry," as he folded his wings. Next, down by the lake, there was Spike the Spinosaurus, always splashing around. The water softly lapped, "Good night, Spike." Near the meadow, we met Val the Velociraptor, swift and smart. The flowers swayed, "Good night, Val," as she nestled in the grass. Behind a large rock was Henry the Hypsilophodon, always playful. The rock murmured, "Good night, Henry," as he snuggled. In the leafy grove, Polly the Parasaurolophus loved to play hide and seek. The leaves whispered, "Good night, Polly," while she found her perfect sleeping spot. On the plains, we encountered Andy the Ankylosaurus with his armored back. The grass softly rustled, "Good night, Andy," as he laid down his heavy tail. Near the volcano, there was Ethan the Elasmosaurus, who loved to warm his body. The bubbling lava gurgled, "Good night, Ethan," as he closed his eyes. In a quiet cave, we had Kara the Parasaurolophus, who always told stories. The cave gently echoed, "Good night, Kara," as her stories turned into dreams. Beneath the stars, Leela the Lustrasaurus loved to gaze at the sky. The night sky whispered, "Good night, Leela." On a rocky cliff, we met Danny the Diplodocus, with his boomerang-shaped head. The rocks quietly hummed, "Good night, Danny," as he nestled against them. By the waterfall, we saw Fiona the Fuquosaurus, enamored by the water's melody. The waterfall sang, "Good night, Fiona," as she peacefully closed her eyes. On a cozy patch of moss, there was Jace the Jurassic, who was one of the earliest dinosaurs. The moss warmly whispered, "Good night, Jace," as he curled up.